From LALATE News headquarters in Santa Monica, this is Mornings LALATE.
It's a big morning with a huge week upon us. A massive week, the biggest week of the summer. This week will involve data coming on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, with big elements at issue, namely the earnings recession, the inflation, and more. Last week, we had the shocker as those unemployment numbers surged out of control to the highest level we've seen of 2022. 251,000 new jobless claims, but big news for your benefits. Why? Because your benefits are going up a lot. As that CPI continued to surge out of control, the beats the week before, inflation continued to track higher Wednesday, Thursday, and also Friday. That's why you need a stimulus check that is in every U.S. state. In this recording, we're going to go over those incredible checks across the board. $100,000 and you qualify. Single individual, $75,000 or less, get it. Married couple, $150,000 less, get it. How do you get it? You become a member. Go right in this video and become a member. Get those incredible checks across the board. It's a big week upon us. Folks, I've never seen a week like this coming. We have earnings recession, major reports come in from the biggest companies in America to show us whether the recession is fully felt. Thursday is potentially going to be the financial cliff because Thursday the Department of Labor will announce we're in a recession. Also Thursday, the new labor numbers. Tuesday and Wednesday, the Federal Reserve will announcing that July FOMC rate hike. And this new week, the latest detail on the Build Back Better Act, with the Senate parliamentarians set to rule on what's going on with that add-on, the negotiated from Chuck Schumer and Joe Manchin. Big lift of your benefits. We're going to go over the latest details on that. That's great news. Your benefits are going to go up a lot. Why? Because of the inflationary pressure. It has not settled down. All the latest details on that across the board. That's why you have to get that forced stimulus check in every U.S. state. Go on to this video, become a member, and over this 1 hour broadcast, we have a lot of major breaking news this morning. We got a lot to go over. The toast is toasting, the butter is buttering, the coffee's brewing. It's a big, new, beautiful day, and we have a lot of deliciousness to cover. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad we're ready. It's Mornings, and it starts right here for July 23rd, 2022. From the shores of Santa Monica, California, good morning. And good morning, everybody. I hope you're having a beautiful day. It is going to be a huge week. We've not seen a week like this in a long time. The biggest week of the summer. Data we have not seen after a week in which the unemployment numbers surged out of control. That was a shocker. All important because it raises your benefits. Well, the latest details of raise of your benefits across the board. Why those beats the week before were shockers. And why you need to get those forced stimulus checks in every U.S. state. We're going to go over all this incredible sums of money. Step 1, become a member. Step 2, stay the second half. And step 3, have a beautiful morning with me. I'm excited you're here. Let's get to all the breaking news starting right now. It's the new week ahead of us. And folks, to be very honest, I've never seen a week like this. This is going to be the make or break week, but it's likely going to be the financial cliff week as well. Let's go over what's happening. On Monday, we have a little bit of earnings from Whirlpool, but Tuesday, two of the largest U.S. companies report corporate earnings for the second quarter this year. This gives us guidance on whether that earnings recession is broadly felt. Last week, we had Snap and Twitter on Friday take a major bath that they missed dramatically. Snap is down 75% for the year today, as those corporate earnings were hitting recession big time. But the same day, we had the pharmaceutical companies doing relatively well. What's also happening Tuesday? The Federal Reserve has its comedy hour. The Federal Reserve has a 2-day FOMC meeting in which they're going to raise those interest rate spikes, 75 or 100 basis points. Then on Tuesday, also, we have big data coming in on consumer confidence at 10 a.m. At 9 a.m., we have housing data from the Case-Shiller home prices and the FHFA. And 10 a.m. is the new home sales. Wow, that's just Tuesday. Then Wednesday, we have Facebook one of the largest U.S. companies reporting corporate earnings, and we have a lot of major restaurants, like your McDonald's and similar. Kraft Heinz reports on Wednesday, of course, Cheesecake Factory as well. Then on Wednesday, we have pending home sales, and then at 2 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, Jay Powell speaks. That's when he's going to announce 75 or 100 basis point increase. Thursday, folks, that's a scary day. Thursday's a scary day. It's not because of just Apple and Amazon reporting corporate earnings. It's because Americans going to wake up and being told, good morning, you're in a recession. The announcement from the Department of Labor will be coming at about 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time when they're going to announce the second quarter of this U.S. economy posted negative GDP growth. That defines us as in a recession. You already know this because I've been featuring this for 2 weeks on this channel. This, my friends, is why you have to get a fourth stimulus check that is in every U.S. state. In the big second half, we're going to go over all these incredible checks. You deserve these big sums of money. You need to get them because the financial news coming this week is going to be a shocker. Past the month of March, these fourth stimulus checks are huge, about $100,000. You deserve these big sums of checks. Get them. How do you get them? You go under this video, become a member, and stay the second half. We're going to go over all these incredible checks one at a time. What do we also have in this biggest week of the summer continuing across the board? Well, that Thursday is basically going to be the wake-up day for millions of Americans. Not you, because you already know this. Several weeks ago, I detailed to you that the Atlanta Fed GDP Now, which is a live tracking tool, posted a negative earnings growth for the second quarter of this year. That second quarter ended in June. The Department of Labor makes the official announcement on Thursday, which you already know. We've now had 2 negative quarters of GDP growth, negative. That's defined as a recession, 2 consecutive quarters of negative GDP growth. And they're going to say, good morning, you're in a recession. Americans may not know this just yet, and they're going to get that featured in local news probably by noontime. So Americans are going to panic. And this is after those unemployment claims were released last Thursday. They're going to go higher this Thursday, I'm projecting as well. What happened last Thursday? Let's look at those unemployment claims on Thursday. Surged from 180 just 4 weeks ago to then 200,000, then 230, 240 last week, the highest number of the year, 251,000. In fact, the highest number since November last year. I'm projecting it to go to 260. 260,000. Imagine what's going to happen on Thursday. They're going to hear this horrible labor number. You're going to hear you're in recession. This will be 24 hours after Jay Powell speaks. Yeah. Get your hard hat ready. Get your storm jacket ready. Get those galoshes for your shoes ready, because it's gonna be a bloodbath of a week, and you are ready for it because you've been learning about this on the last few weeks. We've been watching GDP for a while. That's just Thursday. Friday, we had the personal income expenditure, the PCIe, released, and that is a big indicator of inflation before it happens. Let's go over what we have so far this week, which we're just ending. And what do we have? We have housing. A lot of really bad data on that housing. That housing had a series of data points released this last week, and what do we see? Well, we saw 3 consecutive days of bad housing data. On Wednesday, we had the National Association of Home Builders Wells Fargo Index, which is a sentiment number, a sentiment among home builders. It dropped. Second biggest drop in the 37-year history of the index. It dropped 12 points to 55. The last time we saw a number bigger, the record was set in the start of the pandemic in April 2020. Dropped 40 points to 30 at the start of COVID-19. That was Wednesday. Then on Thursday, we had the existing homes. We had the new home sales, which is basically you're building a new home. That number dropped like a brick. That number fell 2% when they were looking for an increase of 1.4%. That was on July 19th. Then on July 20th, on Thursday, existing homes, which is when you have a home and you're just trying to resell it, fell 5.4%. This is the largest drop since May of 2020. The reaction across the news was the following. Lawrence Yun, chief economist for Realtors, said the following. It's clear that due to the plunging affordability, we've never seen mortgage rates shoot up this fast in the magnitude of the recording. What's going on? mortgage rates applications are now at the lowest numbers in 20 years. This was an inflationary number, and we'll learn more about these mortgage rates this week and more about the housing. But it started really the week before, and you know what happened. The week before, we had that inflationary number come in. Oh, boy, was it horrible. The CPI came in out of control. Let's go over what happened that day. That was 2 Wednesdays ago. The consumer price index number came in and it shot up dramatic from a May number of 8.6% to what happened in June, the highest of a generation. And this shocked the markets. May was an 8.6% CPI. What happened that Wednesday? The June was released, 9.1%, out of control. The highest number we've seen of a generation, and that was a major beat compared to what we were looking at 8.8. But it's great news for your benefits. Why is that great news? Because here you go, folks. Exciting, great news. Your benefits are going up a lot. How much and whose benefits? Your benefits are going up about $5,000. We'll go over the calculation of that in a second. This is you. If you're on SSI, SSDI, Social Security, Railroad benefits, and Veterans benefits, your benefits are going up a lot because inflation has not gone down. Inflation has not peaked. Inflation is still going up. We'll go over the calculation of it in a second, but first let's go over what happened. It started 2 Wednesdays ago. The CPI beat, then on Thursday, the PPI beat, then on Friday, the retail sales beat. What's going on? Let me go over the equation of this with you right now. What is a beat and what is a miss? A beat means it's better than expectations or higher than expectations. A miss means it's lower. What's top? Revenue. What's a miss? What is a bottom? Net profit. So what happened that Wednesday? That Wednesday, that CPI came in at 9.1% compared to the month of May, 8.6%. When Wall Street had a projection of an 8.8 print, it was a beat, and it's the highest number we've seen since 1981. Ouch. Then the Thursday, which is July 14th, the producer price index rose 11.3% year to date compared to the all-time record posted in March of this year of 11.6%. Nearly a record for the producer price index. It's the wholesaler's number. The consumer price index, the CPI, is basically a number that most Americans now know. You may have known the year before the reality TV plot of your favorite show. Now it's the CPI. It's commonly known by most Americans, the consumer price index. It's the number one most known number to gauge for inflation. The PPI is the brother that's less known. On Friday, the retail sales number was released, and it was a beat as well, higher. When Wall Street is expecting a 0.9% increase, it grows 1%. This is because the good that you went to go buy, that one product went up more in the month of June. It's not because you're buying more products. It means that one product went up more. Why is this important for you? Because inflation is going higher, your benefits are going up. And this is great news. It's the biggest lift of your benefits of a generation, of your lifetime. And let's go over how this works starting right now. Your benefits go up based upon a series of things. And they are based upon inflation. Approximately $5,000. We'll do the calculation right after this graphic. And they're dependent upon 3 months of data. That's just you. If you're on SSA, SSI, SSDI, VA, more. That data we're looking at is July, August, and September for the CPI-W. All right, let's go over the calculation together starting right now. Your benefits are tied to something called COLA, Cost of Living Adjustment. And that's released in December, but it's determined by another number. And that number is a CPI-W. Yes, a subsection of the CPI. That number determines COLA, but not the number across the entire year. No. The CPI-W only in the months of July, here we go, August, and September determine your COLA and determine how much your benefits are going up. There we go. So we need to see the following event. We need to see the CPI, which we saw released 2 Wednesdays ago, shooting up to 9.1%, staying where it is, or going higher. And if that's the case, your benefits are going up the largest of your lifetime. Now let's go over the calculations. First, is it automatic? Absolutely. Same for everyone, same percentage for everyone. All benefits, yes. SSI, SSDI, Social Security, real benefits. Do you have to do anything? No. Automatically lands in the mailbox. And finally, the percentage. Everyone gets the same percentage? Yes, that's the law. $5,000? No. Some people will get less, some people will get more. It's depending on how much money you have currently on benefits. But it's an automatic raise, and it's the biggest of your lifetime because inflation is the highest of the lifetime. We need to watch 3 months of data. July, August, and September. That will determine how much your benefits go up. That's why you have to get that forced stimulus check that is in every U.S. state, because that's coming after this major lift of your benefits. Now, what do we know more about this coming week? We learned so much from the earnings reports because the earnings reports give us guidance on the recession. Why? Earnings recession is manifested in corporate numbers. And if businesses recession, we have a bad stream at the moment. Hopefully everyone gets connected soon. We're back to business. There was a little connectivity issue at the time. Earnings recession manifests itself in whether businesses are being hard felt, and if they are, they lay people off to cut off costs. And that's why we have to see whether a Cheesecake Factory, Kraft Heinz, or McDonald's do the same impact on this economy, whether compared to a Hilton Worldwide or Sherwin-Williams, the paint store. Different businesses will feel different impacts of this recession at different times. That's why you have to not guess. This Thursday is when the Department of Labor is going to say, hi, we're in a recession. And what's also going to happen this Thursday? More people will claim unemployment. More people will claim unemployment, and they're going to look at that unemployment check and they'll say, there must be a mistake. There's no money here. Why is it only $60? Why is it only $90? Because FPUC that gave you $600 a week on top of your existing benefits from 2020 is gone. PEUC, those extra weeks of benefits from 2020 is gone. And if you're an independent contractor, there's no money for you at all. PUA is gone. That's why you have to get that forced stimulus check that is in every U.S. state. How you do it? You go on in this video, become a member. Let's get a preview of those incredible checks starting right now. Those forced stimulus checks in every U.S. state are absolutely incredible. And what's at issue? You qualify. You want to get those sums of money. You want to get them right now. You want to go stay the second half of this video and go with me through all these incredible checks one at a time. Let me go over how these checks work and what's at issue. These forced stimulus checks were passed by the President of the United States in the month of March, and they're huge, about $100,000. You qualify, and you don't want to leave this money on the table, and you don't want to wait to get the money because the stimulus stamp page is just around the corner. First, this is federal stimulus done by the President of the United States. It's not state stimulus. And it's approximately $100,000. Incredible great news. The biggest payout you've ever seen of a generation. Series of different checks I'm going to go over with you in just a second. You get them by becoming a member and getting that newsletter and learning about them. Done by executive action. Past the month of March. Viewers have been getting it ever since. If you're new to this channel, welcome. Welcome to becoming a new member. You can get these checks on the weekend. You qualify. Single individual, $75,000 less, go get it. Married couple, $150,000 less, go get it. And if you're on benefits, SSI, SSDI, Social Security, rural benefits, go get it as well. Become a member. Go right in this video and become a member. Join this incredible channel and get those big checks. Hit the button on this video where it says join and get those big checks. We're going to go over all those incredible checks later in this recording. One of the great benefits of being a member is the worksheets. People are loving these worksheets. And one viewer got 18 months of checks from this channel in less than 48 hours ago. And the worksheets is what helped her. Let's go over these incredible worksheets. Where are they? They are in the membership newsletter. Down around the fourth line of the membership newsletter, it says, here's the worksheets. What is it? It's a PDF. You can, from your phone, print it to a printer, or you can open it on your phone. Or if you have a computer, you can download it and open it up. If you don't have a printer, you can look at it and take notes. A PDF is a series of pages. This one's about 8 pages long. Let's go over the latest on that PDF with the other breaking news as well today. The first page is inflation, recession, labor, and the Federal Reserve. For inflation, what do we know so far? We have a lot of inflation data being released next week, and that inflation will gauge how high our benefits are going up. Recession, what do we know so far? We know that we're going to hear that announcement from the Department of Labor on Thursday at about 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time that says the The U.S. economy suffered 2 consecutive quarters of negative GDP growth. We're in a recession. Labor, we're going to see the latest Department of Labor number for unemployment new claims on Thursday. I'm projecting to go to 260 from 251 this week. Federal Reserve, Tuesday and Wednesday next week. I told you it's a big week. It's a huge week. The Federal Reserve is meeting and doing an interest rate spike of 75 or 100 basis points. It's the second page of the worksheet that is really the big talk of the town. These are all for LALATE members only, created by LALATE, America's #3 most watched financial news channel, expanding to #2. Let's look at the second page of the worksheets. If I hold it straight, here we go. In the second page, we have the incredible table. This table is a place for you to keep track on those huge checks that you're going to get and apply for in forced stimulus. Check A, B, and C. One viewer was using this incredible table, which has date applied, date paid, how much your payments were, the amount, your context. She was taking notes. Only problem was she forgot to look at her notes. And what happened? On Thursday, this wonderful, kind viewer, member from Florida, got that email. And what did the email say? Ma'am, you've been approved for check B. Wow. How many checks did she get? Let's go over the calculation. She got 18 months of mortgage payments covered because she was a member of this channel. 18 months of checks she got for her mortgage paid by check B. Folks, that is not $2,000. That is a monstrous sum of money. 18 months of your mortgage? It's enormous. Check B. She was a member and she pounced. Now, she didn't just get that. Nope, because she listens. She applied for all her utilities as well under check B. And it wasn't just 2 utilities. She's looking at about 3 to 5 different checks. 3 to 5 different checks, 18 months. You could do the math. That's close to 80 to 100 checks she's getting because she's an LA member. That's the value of learning to earn. Congratulations to her as well. Now, the reason why I use her example is another reason. Here we go. She's getting them sometimes, let's just to say the water is from a July forward. My message to her is, well, don't stop there. Don't stop at 100 checks. Go get the water from January to July. Yeah. Go reach out to a nonprofit or reach out to one of those organizations featured in the membership newsletter and get those other months covered. Incredible. Let's go over the next pages of the incredible worksheets and why they're so helpful, like for that viewer who got all that incredible sums of money. The next page is fifth stimulus, your raise of your benefits. So yeah, we just went over that. We're looking at that CPI for 3 more months. Incredible. Everyone's benefits will go up the same percentage. Huge. Then gasoline and student loan debt forgiveness on the next 2 pages. First, let's do the student loan debt forgiveness. The president is set to announce a $10,000 student loan debt forgiveness for individuals who make $150,000 or less. This will be the final chapter in this story. He already forgave student loan debts for individuals who became disabled after graduation. People went to work in the nonprofit or public sector after graduation, and then also for individuals who became disabled or got defrauded by the universities. This will be the final chapter across the board. Next, gasoline. Gasoline's really fascinating. Let me jump into this story with you right now. The situation on gasoline domestically is tracked lower, but on the international Brent crude it is tracked higher. Why is that? The reason why gasoline is tracking lower is because oil traders admit they're trading it down based upon the belief that a recession will slow down the demand for oil. Their concept is maybe you get laid off, maybe you stay home, maybe you have less money to spend, you buy less gasoline. That's why it's trading down. But what happened at the White House just on Thursday? Your transportation secretary came on broadcast news and he said the president's policy on gasoline got gasoline down. It's 100% not true. So says the oil traders. Here's what's at issue. As the international price of Brent crude tracks higher, gasoline will track higher as well. And that is why you need to be prepared for gasoline prices to go back up. They're not going to sustain these levels because there is no policy from the White House. Releasing 1 million barrels of gasoline per day from the U.S. Strategic Reserve is not a policy. Then, let's understand how that impacts you. And also, let me jump into another story that I had 2 nights ago, but it didn't get really covered that much. I don't want you to miss the story because it's a big story. It's a huge, huge, very important story. It's a deal between Russia and Ukraine for wheat. Remember this story from March? Yes. When Putin invaded Ukraine, which is the bread belt of that region, services all the grains of that entire region, all down to Africa, those grains were not able to be exported. That's why members of this channel have had corn and wheat in the membership newsletter every night since March, because this commodity crisis causes inflation. The deal with the Ukrainians and the Russians about wheat last week, I want to clarify for you. It will not bring down inflation here quickly, because it takes a while to harvest the wheat. It takes a while to get the wheat back out. We don't even know if the crop has been salvaged. So I don't want you to think that it's going to negatively impact your benefits at all. It's not a quick turnaround time. That's what's important to understand with what's happening with that wheat. And there you go. A lot of deliciousness. In the second half of this video, we're going to go over the biggest week of this summer, but more importantly, we're going to go over those incredible checks. You deserve these huge checks. We're going to go over all these incredible checks in the second half. Go under this video and become a member. Purple Hawk, Purple Power, or Casino VIP. Get ready to get those huge checks in the second half. $100,000 of them. Plus, we'll be going over Check C more in detail like we did yesterday. And I'll have a preview of tonight's Evenings LA, which is brand new, that goes over a little bit more about these issues and also what's going on with the Build Back Better Act. Breaking news on that front as well, because guess what's happening in the new week? A big twist on Build Back Better Act as well. What is it? It's coming up after the commercial break. I'll be back with you in 60 seconds as today's Mornings LA continues. Don't forget to become a member. See you back in 60 seconds.
If you want money right now, not 5 days from now, and not 5 weeks from now, then reach out to the community page. The volunteers can help you find that money for rent and utilities. That's at news.la.com/community. The community page features a series of volunteers who are viewers like you. They can help you find rent, utilities, SNAP, food benefits, mortgage assistance, and help you with eviction moratorium questions as well. Their Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram individuals reach out to them and indicate the city and state you're from, and they'll get back to you shortly. That's a community page. Volunteers working for you, viewers helping one another. Stay with LA for more. Join LALATE Daily for the excitement of the new LALATE live daily. The excitement starts on Mornings LALATE at 9 a.m. Home LALATE returns at 11 a.m. daily. And then afternoons LALATE at 1 p.m. Join us daily as the excitement continues live from Santa Monica on LALATE.
And the excitement continues right now in the big second half of Mornings LA. Hope you're having a beautiful day. Did you become a member? Make sure you do. Go under the video and become a member. Purple Hawk, Purple Power, Casino VIP. Get an incredible newsletter and get these big checks. You can apply for these checks on the weekend. Absolutely. You should be working on these checks on the weekend. They are open on the weekend. It's websites. You can be doing the effort on the weekend. We're going to go over all those incredible checks right now. It's a gorgeous weekend, and I will be with you all weekend long. Meantime, have you seen everything else coming to this family? You're watching LALATE, America's #3 most watched financial news channel across the globe, but expanding to #2. We're taking it on. This channel launched in March of 2020, but expanding with 2 new channels in less than 14 days, LA2 and LA3. Meantime, new changes have come already. What are they? LA Live is now a 24 hours a day, 7 days a week show on this channel. Jump in the live stream if you're not watching it right here. And the incredible news is that LALATE.com, the website that started it nearly 20 years ago, has been repurposed, is now featuring everything about your money. Everything you need to know by the hour, on the hour, is now in print on LALATE.com. All right, let's jump in those incredible checks, those incredible 4 stimulus checks in every U.S. state. How do you get them? Step 1, subscribe. Step 2, go into the video and become a member. And step 3, go over all these incredible checks with me starting right now. The first check is an incredible check A. But first, let me tell you what's at issue with these checks. 2 things. First, these checks were all done by executive action from Joseph Biden in the month of March. Viewers at the time were saying, LA, can you find us some checks? I found them, and immediately I detailed them to the members in the membership newsletter that night. Viewers have been getting them. Massive sums of money. About $100,000. I wanted big checks because I care about you. You need big checks to survive the financial cliff, to survive the recession. And that's what these checks generally involve, a series of different checks. Number 2, eligibility. I want to make sure that the most of my viewers can qualify. Single individual, $75,000 less, go get it. Married couple, $150,000 less annual income, go get it. If you rent, if you own, if you have children, if you don't have children, if you're on benefits, SSI or SSDI, go get it as well. All right, let's go get some checks. I give them a lettering system, and the very first check on this channel is called Check A. It's a $6,500 to $12,000 forced stimulus check in every U.S. state. Single individual, $75,000 less, go get it. Married couple, $150,000 less, go get it. And if you're on benefits, go get it as well. How do you get it? You know the routine. Step 1, go under this video and become a member. Become a member of LALATE. Join the channel. Step 2, subscribe to this channel. Don't forget to subscribe. You need to do that as well. Step 3, get that membership newsletter Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time via the YouTube alerts for members. Go right down to the membership newsletter to Check A. There it is. Click the link. It sends you right into the incredible Check A application. Choose your state, choose the homeowner's weatherizing grant, and then pounce. Incredible, but you're not going to stop there yet. You can go get Check B, $15,000 to $80,000 forced stimulus check in every U.S. state. This is the one the viewer got early in this recording. She got 18 months of multiple checks per month. It is huge. How do you get this wonderful Check B? Step 1, become a member to this channel. Step 2, get that incredible membership newsletter. Step 3, look for those. Don't forget to subscribe. Go under this video and hit that subscribe button. And then in that membership newsletter, go down to Check B. There it is. Click the link, go into the nationwide website, choose your state, and then pounds. Incredible. Look how we've done so far. That's nearly $100,000 right there. $12,000 on Check A, about $80,000 on Check B. We're not stopping. We're going to go get some Check C's. Check C is wonderful money for rent, utilities, mortgage assistance, and more. It's the residue of third stimulus, averaging $45,000 from viewership of this channel. Many viewers have gotten $2,000 over a month for 12 months. But a lot have gotten over $150,000. How do you get it? You know the routine. Step 1, subscribe. Subscribe to LALATE. You're watching right now. Step 2, become a member. Go into this video and join the channel. And step 3, go down to the newsletter where you find it at Check C. It tells you who to call, what to say, and how to say it. Check C is a success story we've had on this channel for a very long time. It dates back to 2020, before even third stimulus became law. But when third stimulus became law, that's where this money got even bigger. It is huge sums of money. And the success stories have been felt by viewers of this channel who have gotten collectively across all different items on this channel $50 million since this channel launched in March of 2020. These are some of the success stories, just some for Check C. Nisi, Richard, Nancy, Margaret, Mark, Elizabeth. Look at these numbers. You want these numbers for rent? Go get Check C. Look at these for utilities. Check C. Angela, Mark, Nancy. Mark's brother-in-law got $15,000. The same brother-in-law is getting $250,000 over 10 years for SNAP. And then what about combinations of checks? Absolutely. Nisi, Mark, Nancy, Lorraine, Johnny. Nisi went from $23,000 on this graphic to $50,000. Mark went from $32,000 on this graphic to this graphic at $50,000, then to $100,000, then got Check B. He's at $166,000. Lorraine, she was at $105,000, now she's at $150,000. What's the common equation from all those viewers? Margaret, Lorraine, John, A, Nisi. Couple things. One, they watch all the videos. They watch all the videos. You got to. I mean, look at this week ahead of time, this week ahead. If you are not watching this video, because it's the first video on this channel of LALATE where I'm telling you Thursday they're going to announce the negative quarter of GDP growth, second quarter, you would not know the calamity the train wreck coming on Thursday unless you watch this video, because this is the first time I'm telling you Thursday is the calamity about to happen. Now, you already know it's going to happen on a particular day because I've been recording that for several weeks because the Atlanta Fed GDP Now number. But today, I'm telling you right now, it's Thursday. Get ready for the calamity about to hit. You wouldn't know specifically what day the Federal Reserve's impact on that number is going to be felt until you watch this video as well. I'm telling you right now, it's Wednesday at 2 p.m. J. Powell speaking. And then Thursday morning, before sunrise on Morning Daily Live, that's when you're going to hear the calamity of 2 negative quarters of GDP growth and the unemployment numbers. They watch all the videos. Number two, they really keep on focusing on getting additional checks. You have to get the money today and then get more money tomorrow. Just like I said to that viewer earlier in this recording, she got check B for 18 months. I said, go get other monies. Go get other monies. Go into this video, subscribe to LA1, which you're watching right now. Subscribe to LA2, 3 as well. That is where this channel is expanding. We're taking on number 2. We're trying to be the biggest in the globe of financial news in the United States. A couple things to recap. First, go into this video, subscribe. Number 2, go into this video and become a member. Purple Hawk, Purple Power Casino VIP. Then get that membership newsletter Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time via the YouTube alerts. Go down the membership newsletter, pounds, and get those incredible checks. Next, go to the front of this video and hit the bell so all the alerts are set to all on. Want to jump in that newsletter with me right now? Let's do it together. Let's go through that newsletter together. That newsletter is so simple. Let's look at it right now. The LA newsletter, Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Know your time zone. Delivered via the member YouTube alerts. Here's the alert for members only. Go down the alert till you find the incredible membership newsletter. And down the alert, past the guy at the surfboard to it says view post. Click it where it says view post, and then that sends you right into the newsletter. So simple. I mean, how simple can that be? You are done and ready to rock and roll. Get those incredible sums of money across the board. You are done and you deserve these incredible sums of money. Here's something else I want to go over with you. I detailed it yesterday for the first time on this channel in several months, and I think it really helps, so I want to bring it back. Checks C. You know, normally when I say check C, I say it's singular, but it's really plural. But how many check C's are there? Are you ready for this? Let's go over the equation. Check C is first for your living. So let's call that rent. You may be a homeowner, so maybe mortgage, but we'll just call it rent for simplicity. One check, rent. Then you got utilities. How many utility bills do you have? Jump in the live chat. How many utilities bills do you have? Do you have 3? Do you have 5? Do you have 2? Everyone probably has about 3. You have water. You have something to heat the home, and then you have electricity. You know, most people have electricity. And then you may have an extra bill. You may have a heating oil or gas. You may have gas and heating oil. And then you may have telephone. You may have a landline. Most people have 3 to 5 utility bills. Let's just call it 5. Let's call it 4, and then add the rent on that 5. So let's say it's 5 bills per month. How many places can you reach out to for Check C in the membership newsletter? Well, you got the government agencies, that's 6 in the membership newsletter. You got the nonprofits, that's about 6. Let's add that up. 6 and 6, that's 12. So 12 places to get how many checks? 5 per month. That's 5 times 12, 60 checks possible in 1 month. Wow. Okay, so we just saw that viewer who got 18 months of checks. 18 months of checks. On the weekends, you can be getting these checks. What can you be doing? You can be going to the websites and applying. Absolutely apply. You know, the greatest thing is that you may be working during the week. Maybe you're busy with the grandchildren during the week. The weekend, dedicated to applying for some checks. Applying for some checks, like maybe you do it on the afternoon after you're done with work. Apply for some checks. If you're reaching out to an agency that's closed today, then keep notes. Get ready what you're going to ask for. Get ready with that worksheet to go over. I'm going to ask for this month to that month for this bill. And this bill I have in front of me. Let me get the bills in front of me so I can say, hey, this is how much my bill is for mortgage. This is how much my bill is for rent. Get all the paperwork ready. And you're ready to rock and roll. I'm so proud of you. Keep on doing such a great job. You're doing a wonderful job. Don't forget to become a member. subscribe, hit that alert button, and go on to this video and become a member. Let's jump into that financial cliff. The financial cliff could be potentially coming in just days. If that news story on Thursday is so horrific, that's why you got to become a member across the board. Now, also this new week, we have another item that's going to really heat up, and it's going to be the Build Back Better Act. What is going to happen with the Build Back Better Act this new week? Well, we certainly know one thing is going to happen, but we potentially could have two. The one we're going to have is the Senate parliamentarian. She's likely, absolutely, to rule this next week that the provision that Chuck Schumer and Joe Manchin have agreed upon can go by recon. Let me recap if you just join this channel. The Build Back Better Act is a big bill passed by the House at $3 trillion, currently in the Senate. Over the last few months, Joe Manchin, the senator from West Virginia, and Chuck Schumer, the senator from New York, the majority leader, have been negotiating the bill in private. They reached a milestone about a week ago when they got a major agreement on prescription medication, cheaper costs. That provision has not been reviewed by a nonpartisan individual. Her name is called the Senate parliamentarian. So they have sent that off to her to review. She's already reviewed the remainder of the Build Back Better Act and done what's called a birdbath, which is she's reviewed and says, yes, it can stay in there. It can go by a reconciliation process in which the Senate of only Democrats vote to approve it. So in this next week, I do believe she's going to rule on the cheaper prescription medication. She's had it for about a week and a half, so I think that's about when she usually rules. And do I think it's going to pass? I think it will pass because the senators have worked really hard in removing anything that could not pass, and they removed something about insulin that's out, so it's likely to get done and approved this coming week. Great news. The second one is possible, but not confirmed yet. And what is that? A vote date. Joe Manchin wants to call the vote on what has been done so far in his negotiations with Chuck Schumer in the Build Back Better Act this July. His concept is what has not been settled between negotiations of him and Chuck be left for another recon, what I'm calling Build Back Better Act. That's so unsettling. A big week ahead of us, and you deserve all these incredible sums of money. Get that for us, check across the board. Stay with me throughout the day as this programming continues. Noontime, then afternoons at 1, 2, and 3. Yeah, we expanded to, and also 4. We expanded to a new additional afternoon show. You've been really liking it. And then evenings LA tonight at 5 o'clock, brand new in prime time. Meantime, jump into LALATE Live, airing 24/7 all weekend long with the breaking news. It's all brand new, exciting financial programming that moment. Become a member. Join this channel. Go onto the video and become a member. From the shores of Santa Monica, California, God bless. The toast is toast and the butter is butter. And I'll see you throughout the day. Have a beautiful day. Hope it stays cool where you are as well. Stay informed, stay focused, and stay with LA for more.